Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Give me a second. I forgot this. All right. Oh, my God. Man. Another whooping. Another whooping alert. Another whooping alert. The champ is here. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just like I predicted it, boy. Nah, I didn't predict 50, though. I knew it was going to pull away, though. Yeah. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Man. I know y'all was over there getting mad and nervous in the first half. But, you know, so you got to understand this. The Colts, their offense is trash, but their defense is cool, you know? And that's what makes this win. And that's what makes this win that much more impressive, right? So you got to understand this, right? We want that work against good defenses. Oh, you broke him low. That's what's up. You broke him. Yeah. What you hit him for? What you hit him for? Yeah. You must have hit him like the Dallas hit them Colts, man. Yeah. Hey, yeah, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that, Richard. Oh, yeah, we're going to get into that. Yeah, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. You know, things happen for a reason, right? Things happen for a reason at that cornerback position. We're going to get into that, though. First half, I love how they make the adjustments. I didn't like that 90-yard drive. I didn't like it. Okay. A little 1,200. Hey, a little over 1,200 richer. Uh-huh. Yeah. No, you was talking about that studio or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, the studio equipment. All on the Dallas Cowboys. You know, AOC. All on the Cowboys. Yeah. Yeah. But man, and that was a dominant performance, right? You know that I've seen a lot of good things. See, the cool thing about what this Dallas Cowboys team is the things that they always have to clean up. It's things that they can correct on their own, right? Like, for instance, you know, see, I was gonna tear AB up. We're gonna go ahead and get into the cornerback real quick. I was gonna tear AB up. But AB, his ankle might be toe up for the whole year. I don't know. You know, he had that towel over his head, like, you know. And the cool thing about it is, struggling or not, that's gonna be a blow. That's a vet that'll give you some versatility inside and out. On the young cats, it's Trayvon Diggs and a young cat. Now, I'm not gonna speculate. Hopefully, AB is good. Hopefully, AB is good. But if he's not, Deron Bland got to be a starter. And Deron Bland Deron Bland had an excellent game. 2 picks? Hey, I love that last one, though. I love that last one. Give me that. Snatch that thing from old boy. I love that. I love that. I love that. Yeah, AB hurt. And then the whole thing, and then we look at like, oh, Kelvin Joseph track. That touchdown, it's like that's been the theme of Kelvin Joseph since training camp. He be in position to make the play, but he don't make the play, and they make the catch on him. Just like that touchdown grab. He was in position to make the play, but he just didn't make the play. Yeah, I'm loving it. Hey, it just sucks that it's a possibility that you're gonna lose Lewis and AB just off the vet. But there's a good thing and there's a bad thing, right? The good thing is you get a good corner. You get a good sized corner that can also run. That's gonna challenge the ball and take away the ball. As you see with Bland got what, 3 picks? He got 3 picks in a shortened time, right? You get to see what you got with Kelvin Joseph, right? Kelvin Joseph gonna get more PT. You're probably gonna see if Nashawn Wright then messed around and ate a little bit of peanut butter and then put a little bit more weight on him, you know? So you get young corners, you get bigger corners, lengthier corners, but you get corners with less experience. But I'm glad that Kelvin Joseph had been getting a little bit of peace, and I'm glad that they've been incorporating Bland. So, because now, when it comes down to right, just like with Damon Clark, just like with everybody else, you want to, if you play your young guys early to get them prepared for that stretch run. And now it's that stretch run, y'all. So hopefully AB is not out for the whole year. I don't know what it is. I'm wishing the best, even with him struggling or not, because I was going to do a film session on AB because it's the same thing that I'm like, man, it's the same thing. I was going to do a film session on AB, but it don't make no sense to do a film session on AB if AB is possibly out. Hopefully, maybe it's like a 3. Well, hopefully it ain't that long, but hopefully we can get him back at least for playoffs, right? But if you're not, it's Deron Bland and Kelvin Joseph show. That's the show, right? So you just gotta roll with it, and then you're gonna see what you need to see from them corners, all your corners, Deshaun, KJ, and Bland. You're gonna see what you need to see. You're gonna see who's gonna step up. Is cornerback a priority or is it not a priority? I believe even if they do ball, it should be a priority, right? But let's just cross our fingers. Let's just cross our fingers and hope that it's good. We've been having a pretty good season regarding that now, and I just hate that it just hitting the back end of the defense, right? But we can get away with it though. The reason why we can get away with it is because of the defense, as far as them getting to the QB and everything. I didn't get to post this, y'all. But, man, I had a dream a couple nights ago, like Martin Luther King, man, that Malik Hooker was going to get 2 takeaways. I had a dream. I did. I'm like, Malik going to get 2 takeaways, man. He back against them Colts, man. He going to get 2 takeaways, man. And he did just that. And the cool thing about it is you may not see Malik very huge in numbers, but Malik Hooker has been very good at that safety position, and he hasn't been talked about enough regarding at that safety position. And I keep an eye on him, and I've been meaning to get to him, right? But it was good that he was able to get some light shed tonight because he has been having a very good year. When you don't hear your safeties, giving up big plays. That's good because the Dallas Cowboys, for the most part, don't really give up big plays, right? And if it is, it'd be something off of a cornerback doing something technique wise, right? And if I had to say that there was a spot that I didn't like on the defense, I had to say it was the cornerback play as far as just the sloppiness of technique, even though they made up for it. Because one thing for sure, AB gave up that bomb to Pierce, but he made up for it though. After that, he was driving on the ball. He had that tip ball. He was driving on the ball. So AB recovered from that deep pass, right? Trayvon Diggs, hey, I didn't hear nothing from Pittman, man. I only remember him maybe getting a catch or two. You know, Pittman was Clint, but we knew that. We knew that was gonna happen. Yeah, and that's what also I was wondering. But I'm like, okay, so we got Tyron coming, and that was kind of in my mind, like, okay, so why is they rotating Peters and Smith? Now I know. Now I had so when I first seen Peters go in at left tackle, and then I seen Tyler go in at left. I'm like, okay, they getting him reps back for when Tyron comes back to get him back familiar, get him a little acclimated with playing that guard position, right? And getting Peters acclimated because he's gonna be your swing tackle, right? Just in case, he's gonna be that left tackle just in case, right? Because that's what I wanted in the first. That's what I thought was gonna happen. That's what we all thought was gonna happen. We thought it was gonna be Tyler Smith staying at guard, and and Peters at left tackle. And from what I've seen that game, Peters did pretty solid at left tackle. He had a little thing where he could have probably bounced out a little bit quicker, but he didn't give up that pressure though. He just maybe gave up a little bit more ground than I thought he would have. But for the most part, he hasn't really been getting that many reps, which could be a good thing going off of his injury history, going off of his old age, and getting him ready and prepared for the stretch, right? Because one thing's for sure, you want all the healthy bodies that you can get for this stretch. People talking about trying to catch up with the Eagles. I'm not concerned about catching up with Eagles. I'm concerned about staying hot, staying ready, building on the foundation. So when we get in the playoffs, we can make a deep run. That's what I'm concerned about, right? Because it's looking like, people was talking about, we might see the Niners, their season is over, regardless if they get in or not. They lost the best quarterback that they got in Jimmy Garoppolo. Their season is over. Their season is over. Ain't anybody do that with no Purdy at quarterback. It's over, right? But the main thing is I want to stay hot. And James Washington, I love to see that addition of James Washington, right? I love to see what he can do. It's about time. Like I could have swore they were saying that he was supposed to be back like late October, early November, right? It's December now, the kids get ready to open up their Christmas presents, and we ain't got the present wrapped up and unwrapped with James Washington. Santa was supposed to come down the Christmas tree and see if James Washington was going to be that third wide receiver, right? Or maybe Santa came in, you feel me, and came down their chimney to come give us Odell Beckham. Who knows? I don't know. That's a lot of points in one quarter, man. We was out there putting up college basketball numbers, man. We was out here putting up basketball numbers. Yeah. But the cool thing about it is, he been struggling, though. And I say that because, the reason why it hasn't been as, what's the word I want to use? Glaring is because we've been running the ball effectively, right? But we all knew he been the weak spot of this line. And that was one thing that I was concerned about all week is, damn, I hope they don't isolate DeForest Buckner on that, because I honestly thought that we was gonna probably have to throw the ball 40 times today, but it looking like that wasn't the case, right? And I was surprised to see that the amount of passing attempts that Dak had with his defense. That was one of the things that I was impressed about, actually, because I thought we was gonna have to really throw that ball today. So I was really impressed about that. I'm not even gonna lie. That was a little bit shocking. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. That was. It's Tampa's schedule. Let's look at the box score. So, the Dallas Cowboys. Wow. That's so beautiful, y'all. Dak Prescott, 20 completions for 30 attempts on 170 yards, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Wow, that's so beautiful. That is so beautiful, y'all. Oh my gosh. 220 yards rushing on 34 attempts. Oh my gosh. Did y'all hear that? 34 attempts on 220 yards rushing. Oh my God. Wow. You got to love it. When you got more rushing attempts than you got passing attempts, that is so beautiful. All my running backs got touchdowns. You got to love to see it. You love to see it. Right? Love to see it. And I'm glad, right? Listening to the broadcast, I'm glad that Collinsworth pointed that out regarding Zeke's yards per touch and TP's yards per touch. You know, the reason why it's a glaring difference is because Zeke is our goal line back. Zeke is our short yardage back. I'm glad he pointed that out because for some reason, you know, people like to go off of statistics all the time instead of looking at the film, right? And as we seen in the film sessions that we had earlier in the week regarding Zeke, we know that Zeke is still that guy. You look at that man out there skipping and stuff. He was out there skipping. Like, look at him trying to have Zeke feeling good. You know, what's a good sight to see when 21 is feeling good toward the end of the season. Oh, God dang. So I just got the alert that Anthony Brown may have a torn Achilles. Yes, sir, Teflon. Beat that ass. Okay. All right, so it's looking like, all right, just to kind of get off the subject just a tad bit, it's looking like Anthony Brown is done, y'all. He's done. That might be the last time you see Anthony Brown in the Cowboy uniform as well. Well, Anthony Brown, I appreciate your services as a Dallas Cowboys. It was very up and it was very down at times. But one thing's for sure, I appreciate your contributions as a Dallas Cowboy. But as we say in football, the next man up is Bland Joseph time. It's Bland Joseph time, right? Bland a starter, Joseph come in on the nickel situations. But we know Joseph going to get a lot of PT. So it's time to step up. And I would have loved at the end of the game to see Kelvin Joseph get that pick because that would have did wonders for his confidence. You know, Bland is already confident the way he out there going after the football. But I would love to see. And the cool thing about it is, if we can get Kelvin Joseph, if we look, I look, just I'm gonna go ahead and put my stuff on the line like I did with the center, y'all. Tyler, be honest. I still believe in Kelvin Joseph's talent. I do, because he being, will he bring it out? Is the question. That's the $1 million question, right? So far, but it's second year, and it ain't like we've been having to put him in the fire like Peebo Bryson. However, it's time to shine now. We spent that high pick on you. It's time to shine. Deshaun Wright is probably about to be activated. That guy, what is it from Atlanta? I believe they got. I can't think of his name. He's probably getting ready to get some too. He get ready to get some too. Yeah. Oh yeah, they need that. Oh yeah, for sure. Houston and Jacksonville will definitely be good for the conference. And you know what I want to see? Because especially for that Jacksonville game, right? Since Kirk is pretty much a slot receiver, I would love to see who's going to man the slot receiver duties, because you have no Lewis now and you have no Anthony Brown. So I would love to see who's going to mainly take on the nickel role in the slot. That's going to be interesting to see. And I'm talking about full time now. So that's going to be interesting to see. I'm interested to see that, how we're going to adjust to that, man. It sucks that Anthony Brown is out, man, and the way that he had his head down. I was trying to be optimistic, but it looked like, it's over. And to miss, we banged up, y'all, like at the cornerback position. We missing 2 of our top 3 corners as far as coming into the season, regardless if it was talented or not. They was our two of the top 3 that we were counting on heavy, right? We went from having a surplus to the position of having, Diggs, Lewis, Brown, Bland, Joseph, right? To just having now Diggs, Bland, and Joseph. That's a hit. That's a hit. We better beat the hell out the Texans, man. That's all I know. And hold up. Oh, yeah. I remember that Texans fan that came up in here that one day. Yeah, man. I hope he come back this week, man, when we talk our stuff. Yeah, I hope he comes through, man. So we can have some words of exhortation, give him to be, motivated, and get him to have good joy. So, the Cowboys can take that joy, so they can't count it all joy. Yeah, man. But back to the stats, though. TP, 12 for 91, 7.6, and 2 tugs. Ezekiel Elliott, 17 carries for 77 yards, and a tug, 4.5, right? Tony Pollard had that 7.6. Malik Davis, 3 for 29, and a tug. CeeDee Lamb, 2 for 23, and a tug. And also, I love that Sunday Night Football had pointed this out, was the increased usage of having CeeDee Lamb in movement. See, look, today was different. Today was shown the day that CeeDee Lamb started giving you what he did at Oklahoma. That first touchdown grab, that was beautiful. Beautiful balance. That was a beautiful play. See, that's plays that only special receivers make. Only receivers that got that 88 on that back make. When you got that 88 on your back, you got to do something special a lot of the times, man. And that play was pretty special, y'all. See, we know CeeDee Lamb can go ahead and make the one-hand catches, make the special, go ahead and go get the ball. But one thing we know that if we can get the complete CeeDee Lamb, the complete package of that run after the catch ability, because that's what he do so great. And to have CeeDee Lamb clicking with this run after the catch ability, oh, that just makes this team that much better. You know, I even see CeeDee Lamb, man, out there making a miss. I'm like, okay, look at CD. Then I'm seeing CD on the sideline. He go ahead, give him pass. He boom. I'm like, okay, CD. Yeah, CD was out there fired up, running people over. You know, when you got CD running people over, that means he's comfortable. That means that confidence is going. And that's what we want CD to have. See, CD early on, his confidence wasn't there. But I believed in him. But his confidence wasn't all the way there. But now you see that man's confidence is rolling. His confidence is rolling. And now you start to see him make plays. And I love how every game it seemed like now that they handed him the ball a couple times a game to go ahead and just to put the ball in his hands, right? You know, that's something that they did more than what we did with Dez, you know, because CD has that ability to, you know, be in the backfield a little bit. You know, you'll see that with a Jamar Chase, you know, something like that, which he's out of line for that comment that he made talking about he feel like he can't be stopped. You remember that second game of the season when you went against Trayvon Diggs? Yeah, I didn't want to bring that up. I didn't want to go ahead and burst your bubble, homie, but yeah, man, it looked like he was stopped on a couple occasions this year, though. But I didn't want to be that man to break the bad news to you, man. But anyway, let's get back to the Cowboys, man. You know? East side here. Oh, okay. Yeah, Teflon, we about to get that man to business, man. But shout out to Mike Gallup, right? You know, Mike Gallup probably is not 100%, but one thing that I've seen back-to-back weeks, he's starting to come back into that form. You know, that touchdown grab that Mike Gallup had, I'm like, that's Michael Gallup right there. You know, that body control to go get it. That's Mike Gallup right there. You know, and I believe he also needed that. See, I believe that we had a lot of people that right now, to get the most out of them, we had to build their confidence. We had to build the confidence of CD. We got to get the confidence back of Gallup. He's starting to get it back, right? Dak had to get the confidence back, right? Bland, you know, got to get the, you know, he got to get it confident. He's a rookie, though. He know he can play, though. But for him to make plays, that just gets you pumped up and get you fired up and get you comfortable, right? Now we got to work on getting Kelvin Joseph's confidence up. Because if we get Kelvin Joseph's confidence, man, and get him relaxed and giving us the best that he can do, then I believe we'll be able to get the most out of that man, right? So we getting these guys' confidence up. Damon Clark, you see Damon Clark balling. He making plays. He calls them turnovers. Did you see? Did you see what Big Hankins did to Kelly? Moved him out the way. He said, "Move, get out the way." Bullied that man and made the play. I'm like, "Ooh!" I'm like, did my nose do that? I'm like, when the last time that I see my nose do? I said, did my nose do that? Did my nose tackle do that? The Dallas Cowboys got them a real fat, sloppy nose guard now, out there making big boy plays. Did my nose guard do that? You know, he was over there like that Miss Pearly, man. You know, he seen everybody else making plays. He was like, "Can I have some of it? Can I have some of it?" You know, he wanted some. You know, he wanted some like Miss Pearly, so he had to come get in the mix, man. Yeah. Oh man. Hey, Low, man. Hey, man, after that Thanksgiving game, I had to hop on this video, man. You should have seen his face, man. I had to tell that man my condolences. I had to tell that man my condolences for your team, man. Dang. Hey, my man Jake Ferguson got 2 catches for a -1 yards. They couldn't get my man into the positive yards, man. They couldn't see down the set sheet and give him a little screen or something. God, why they do my guy like that? But hey, you know, one thing, what you seen today was just a balanced attack, though. You know, CD was your leading receiver, though. But everybody else had at least 2-3 catches. Schultz had 2 catches. Gallup had 4. Brown had 2. TP had 2. Zeke had 3. Ferguson had 2. Right? Turnovers, I believe we had. How many turnovers did we have? We have 5. Was it 5? Let me see. 2. How many turnovers did we get? I think we had 5 turnovers. Bland with 2, Malik with 1. Yeah, I mean that's beautiful. That's Cowboy football right there, man. That's Cowboy football right there, man. You know, Donovan Wilson. Oh, damn. See, I'm looking at the stat sheet, right? And this is what I also love about Bland. That's going to be improved, y'all. That you're going to see that's going to make a difference. His tackling, right? Deron Bland, 8 tackles total, right? He was second in tackles on the team to Donovan Wilson. I'm telling y'all, man, Donovan Wilson really a linebacker, y'all. He really a linebacker playing safety, y'all. It's like damn near every game he number 1. Curse was 3rd. Osa was 4th. Look at Big Hank. Big Hank was up in there, man. Hey, one thing, but it's like this, man. And I believe part of now, normally I'd be getting on our linebackers about being like the first one, the first linebacker you see, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's 8th in tackles, right? And that's Damon Clark, right? Normally I'll get on our guy, be like, man, what the heck? But then the way that your interior was playing inside, which I'll probably do a film session on this week, that that helped out a lot and allowed it to bounce out a lot. A lot of runs, kind of toward the perimeter of this game, which didn't lead to too many tackles. Even though I can still get on your linebackers, like, what the heck is you doing? Where Leighton at? Is he? Goddamn, this man Leighton only got 1 tackle, bro. I don't know, man. That just looks so funny to me, y'all. Like, I'm definitely gonna have to watch this film session in the morning because that just looks so funny. How the hell you only got 1 tackle? And, hey, if y'all see me spazzing on Leighton, man, on the live tomorrow, man, hey, man, just know, man, I'll try to get him the benefit of the doubt. Because that just looks so funny to me, right? I'm just not used to that. I'm used to my linebackers being at the top, run and hit, they're supposed to be the cleanup man like BG. I'm not used to my linebackers only got 1, even in the blowout, right? Even though we didn't need the linebackers to really do too much because others was making plays and it was funneling, which the D tackles did an excellent job, and I am glad that they made the decision to go ahead and make Hankins the starter, even though I love Bohannon as well. But that's so beautiful because Bohannon, I love Bohannon, but having a guy like Hankins and then Bohannon coming off, man, that just makes for the run defense to be that much better. Yeah, I'm gonna look at that, and I figured, and I believe they started Barr because they didn't want to be like, oh, you lost to a position and you didn't play. We wanted to show you, hey, we like that. And I believe they did that for locker room purposes, y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you. I believe he started for locker room purposes. I'm looking at him like, why the hell is he in there? I do not like Barr, but you know what though? But you know what should be done is using Anthony Barr more as a rusher. That's what needed to happen more. I see didn't he get that sack? They need to blitz him a lot more. You know, if anything, have him cover the flat. The sinker. I don't want him dropping deep. I'd rather use Anthony Barr more as a utility player. Yeah, he don't, like I said, he's like a poor man's Michael Parsons, right? Just a little bit less athletic because he ain't like what he used to be when he first came on the scene, right? But like I said, when he first came out of UCLA, I thought he should have been an end. I just needed to pack some more muscle on him. So I've always think that his whole career he's just been playing out of position, but because he possessed that type of athletic ability, that he was able to get away with it. But yeah, Clark from here on out, he need to be a starter, man. Like he's showing, like in his few games he's playing, he's showing you that not only is he all around the football, but he's actually doing what a linebacker is supposed to do. He's running and hitting. He's coming up in the hole and filling. Like even that first game, I even seen the ability for him to come up in the hole and fill that hole the way that a linebacker should, And that's more than what Leighton and Anthony Barr would do, right? So that's why I say, like, we got the line, and then we waiting on maybe what's his name is probably that guy, the Oklahoma State Harper. Maybe he's that guy next to Clark. Maybe he's that guy next year. Maybe he that guy next year, right? It's possible because if we can get Clark and then Harper, that's gonna make your defense even that much better because Clark can hit, right? I got my hopes on Clark, man. Clark can hit. I think Oklahoma State might have had some linebackers because I like that linebacker over there in Detroit. What was it? Rodriguez. I like him. He a baller. I like him. Yeah. It should be Leighton and Clark starting every game from here on out. And shout out to Leighton. Let me knock on wood first. Shout out to Leighton for staying healthy. Shout out to Leighton for staying healthy. Let's look at Matt Ryan. 2 TDs for 3 picks. Jonathan Taylor, 21 carries for 82 yards with 3.9. So, all right, let's be real. Right? Let's be real. So, if the Colts would have been in the game, Taylor would have had over 100 yards rushing. But then again, is that something that this run game, even though we shouldn't accept what the Bears did to us, what other teams did to us, I believe that we're going to have to accept that, that this team is just going to give up a little bit on the rushing when it comes down to playing rush defense. I think we're just going to have to accept that. And we're going to have to play through that. And the only way in a way to protect that is to be able to do what we did today, which is have more rushing attempts than passing attempts, right? Let's see what your Pittman, 2 catches for 16, locked up. Pierce 4 for 86. Like I said, I like Pierce. Pierce solid, but he shouldn't have did what he did. But it was what he was. See, look at they linebackers, man. They linebackers. They number 1, Franklin, 10 total tackles, man. Well, they linebackers. See, they got 2 linebackers in top 3, man, when it comes down to tackles, man. Quiddy Pay with that shot. That little bum shack. It's all right, though. But yeah, man. O-line doing pretty good protecting, though. You know what? Man, what? Maybe what? A sack in 2-3 games? Because I know there was a couple games where they did not give up a sack. So that's been underrated. Like I don't get what people be talking about this pass blocking is weak. Like they do know that they've been going to, even though we run the football, They do know that we've been going games without giving up a sack. And it ain't like Dak don't throw the ball 15 times. Dak's still been throwing the ball 30 plus times. And they still not giving up a sack. And that's very good. So I think people, how good this run offense has been, I think people are sleeping on the way that they've been pass protecting, right? Even when they blitz, they picking up the blitzes pretty good. They picking up stunts pretty good, right? Especially like I seen there was a couple times, man, where the Colts sent the heat up the middle and they blocked that excellent. They blocked that excellent. I was like, damn, they blocked that good. Yeah, Dak didn't complete the pass, but the protection was very good for them to send the heat, because they sent the heat by at least 6 guys, I think. They sent the heat and they picked all of it up. Right. Like they I agree, Lo. Like their offense suck, but their defense is solid, though. Their defense is good. That's why I had made my statement earlier in the week talking about I believe it was going to be a game early, and then the Cowboys should pull away a little later, and that's what happened. I just didn't think that they was going to go ahead and put up some March Madness numbers on them, no, but that's indeed what they did, right? There was a couple of disappointments, though, like I said, that I did have in the first half. And one of them disappointments was allowing this team to drive on you the way that they did in the first half, right? Allowing that team to have a 90-yard pass and then cap it off with a touchdown. That's what I did not like. I did not, and I ain't gonna lie, like I love Diggs stuff, but that looked pretty bad. When he guessed on that and they give up that looked bad though. But then again, it is what it is, right? We know that Diggs like to take gambles, but damn, that was a bad gamble, But we know that he like to gamble a little bit, and when you gamble a little bit, sometimes you lose. And I guess he lost, and it looked real bad, But after that L, he bounced back. Facts, man. And to think that O-line is going to get better with Tyron coming back, that's a beautiful sight to see. That's a beautiful sight to see. That is a beautiful sight to see. Right? Let me see. But, one thing that I was thinking about, not Kelvin Joseph, Turpin. Why Turpin don't? If we still searching for a third, why is Turpin not getting none? Right? I'm still like scratching my head on that. Like, why is Turpin not getting more reps at wide receiver? I'm pretty sure it's gonna come out talking about they don't think that he's polished enough at wide receiver. Okay, let's say if that is true. What that got to do with getting the ball in your hands of your playmaker? That has nothing to do with that. That has nothing to do with getting the ball to your playmakers. And we know that Turpin can take it to the distance. You get Turpin a crease, he gone. Just like TP. You get TP a crease, he gone. Turpin and TP is what? Your two fastest weapons on offense. Right? So why not use them all? Right? You see what Miami does? Tua, when it comes down to his short and intermediate throwing, Tua suck, right? But one thing we know, Tua can throw a pretty deep ball. So this is what Miami did. Okay, so we know that our quarterback can throw a deep ball. So what should we do? Let's go get Jalen Waddle and let's go get Tyreek Hill. And that's why they have had the success that they have had thus far. Because they play to the strengths. And rightfully so, Dallas is playing to the strengths of what this team do. This team has excellent running backs. This team has the offensive line that's going to pound. The theme all year was be physical. We got punk last year, and so now we're doing the punking, It's just like, man, when you grow up in the hood, man, you get beat up and you run. Then you go back home to mama or pops. You know what I'm saying? And they see you run. Hey, no. Which one would you rather do? You rather get this ass whooping by me, or you rather get this ass whooping by him? I'd rather get this ass whooping by him if it carried out to it. So you better take your ass outside, you feel me, go handle your business. And that's exactly what the Dallas Cowboys have done this year. We got that ass whooping, but we didn't want to go face mom and dad no more. So we took it upon ourselves to be the bully. And when you run for 200 yards, and when you run the ball effectively, as the Cowboys do, game after game, you are the bully. And ladies and gentlemen, your Dallas Cowboys are the bully. Yes. And they do it to good teams too. The Colts, look, to run 200-something yards on the Colts, that ain't easy. Yeah, the Steelers had a pretty solid game, but they didn't have this type of game. Right? We made that Colts defense look horrible. We made that look like Atlanta last year. And that's a good defense, especially with Gordon passing. Just think what this team did to that defense, right? Now, the key is let's stay consistent, right? We got teams that's coming up that you would think, we should be able to handle easy. And they should, right? Every game got its own identity. Adversity may come, but you overcome it and get it done, though, right? You may not put up 50 on the Texans, right? But you shouldn't lose to the Texans. I don't know how the game is going to go against the Texans, but you shouldn't lose to the Texans, right? Good teams always find ways to win, and they fight through adversity, and they always find multiple ways to win the game. And so far, your Dallas Cowboys have overcome adversity. We have won with the backup. We have won with the defense banged up. We was ill. We run with an offense banged up, right? We won with limited wide receivers. There was a point in time where Noah Brown was playing like he was damn near your best wide receiver. And just think how far that we have came since that Tampa game till now. That's why it's important to be improving each and every week. That's just important to go ahead, and keep building and establishing that foundation and working on your weaknesses, right? Now, we had a penalty game, a high penalty game that we didn't like, right? So you addressed that this game. Let me see how many penalties that we had this game, right? Because I don't remember too many, right? Let me see. Three for 43. Beautiful. Your penalties was 3 for 43. That's beautiful. If you can go in the games, man, 3 or less penalties, taking care of the winning the turnover battle, 5-1. You're gonna win a lot of games, ladies and gentlemen. You're gonna win a lot of games. You're gonna win a lot of games. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Right? So that emphasis, I heard Jerry on 105.3 The Fan talking about, when somebody asked the question, is that something where you just accept? Do you accept the penalty situation? Jerry was like, oh no. And I love that answer. And at least today's show, there may be games, look, I wasn't too concerned about Thanksgiving looking a little sloppy, just off a rip that, that's a short turnaround, people still sore, banged up, but they had to get out there and play. So I didn't expect for it to be a crisp game, right? I just expected it for them to take care of business. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Facts. Al Harris need his credit. Oh, yeah. Al Harris for sure. Need his credit. Yeah, they is not trying to let Turpin touch that ball, man, take it to the crib. But he gonna get one. I knew Doris was gonna be able to get a hand on something because I remember we was talking about that a little bit in that earlier live. I knew he was gonna get. He touched it, but he didn't get it. I was like, oh man, I thought he was gonna get one. Yeah, the coach should have beat Philly, man. The coach should have beat Philly, but they got sloppy and allowed Jalen Hurts to use his legs. Salute T, Doug. But yeah, man, so I believe, right? So this is things that you just probably gonna have to accept, right? When it comes down to this defense, you just gonna have to accept. As much as we don't want to accept it right now, as much as we hope that we had that Colts turnaround, as far as when they was horrific in the run defense, and then they all of a sudden in the playoffs they was balling with Dwight Freeney and them. You probably have to accept that, that's going to be the runniest thing on your defense is that run defense. And then we're going to have to keep allowing the offense, keep hoping the offense keeps establishing the run and keeps playing where we can go ahead, you feel me, and allow teams to play from behind. I love how Dan Quinn seen that pressure up the middle was going to be crucial. And one thing when you seen it, that pressure came up the middle, Matt Ryan folded up like a lawn chair, man. He folded up like a lawn chair. So I love how Dan Quinn makes some small adjustments. So I believe we meet with Odell tomorrow, right? I believe we meet with Odell tomorrow. Look, if Jerry is really talking about how much you need Odell, and I believe we need Odell as well, the deal gonna get done. I forgot who said this, but I couldn't agree more. If Jerry really wanted you, Jerry gonna get you. And Jerry said it out his mouth, right? Jerry was talking like he was Mac Dre. He said that he could talk a cat off a fish wagon, and sell an Eskimo ice and get him twice because he said he was that nice. But gang was his merchandise. At least that's what Jerry said. That's what Jerry said. So if you could talk, he said he could talk a cat off a fish wagon. That's what Jerry said. All right, Jerry, we'll go bring Odell in, right? I don't see nothing wrong with Jerry pulling the trigger now. Jerry having him in for a full healthy year next year, and then maybe having like a team option his third year if longevity is what Odell want. I don't see nothing wrong with that 3-year deal and paying a little something. I don't see nothing wrong with that, And one thing for sure, having another fiery player in this offense will do good, right? That will do good. The defense have fiery players with Curse, Wilson, Parsons. Diggs is not like them though, but he's a fiery player. He just doesn't show it, expressively, but he's a fiery player. Lawrence is a passionate player, right? Zeke is a passionate player. CD is a passionate player. Dak is a passionate player, but we need that fiery dog, right? I'm not saying CD, Zeke ain't a dog, but y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. Look, if you need an example, let me give you an example. How about Michael Irvin, right? If you need an example. If you want me to give you another example, how about Dez Bryant, right? Give you another example, right? Somebody that emotionally will pick you up. Because sometimes you need that, right? See, if you got even keeled dudes, right? There's something about, somebody that is giving you an emotionally just firing you up. You may not be at your best, though, but Odell come up there and fire. Let's go. You know what I mean? Be fired up, ready to make a play. Give me the ball. You know, somebody like that. That'll get you to get the team fired up, right? Michael Parsons can only do so much because Michael Parsons got to lead this defense, right? But who going to lead this offense, though, right? You know, it's good that we run the ball now, and that's crucial, right? But we get in this playoffs, though, there's going to come a time where you're going to have to throw that ball, right? And you're going to need somebody that's not CeeDee Lamb, that's not Michael Gallup, to make a play that is much needed in crunch time. So my question to y'all is, who is that guy right now? People may say Schultz. See, look, I like Schultz. Schultz is a good tight end. Tony Pollard should keep being used in the passing game, right? But it says something if we're saying we still need a third offensive weapon. So that means that we need somebody that can win quick. You know, I've always say, like I always go back to is, we was at our best when we was throwing it to Witten and Cole Beasley. Dak knew Jason Witten always get open. Dak knew that Cole Beasley was going to get open and win his route very quick. And he was able to get that ball out. And I believe that you'll be able to do that same thing with Odell. Odell may still not be all the way right. You know, it may affect just a tad bit on him stopping on the dime like he always do. But when you get Odell right to stop on that dime, the Dallas Cowboys is that much tougher. It's that much tougher. You know, I had them cold set up, man. You know, Jerry Jones need to go to the blade, man. They say, hey, man, you see them little fine ass ladies right there, man. Yeah, man. Go ahead, a good time, man. Go let me know, man. You know, come holler at me. Give me a call, man, when you get done. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. T-Dub. Dak ran him out, huh? You know? Well, the good thing about what Odell is, Dak ain't going to have time to run Odell out because his time going to be short in Dallas. His time going to be real short. So, yeah, man. Hey, you know, it's crazy, man, how they get, you know, and that's one thing that I thought about. Okay, you got that fiery receiver that's going to speak up. He ain't going to speak up this year. He going to want to play his part to try to win, right? But as the season go along next year, that's when, you know, the real Odell, as far as emotional wise, is going to come out. And I wonder how this team will respond to that. That's going to be the $1 million question. How would they respond to that? You know, they're going to have to respond good to it. They're going to have that leadership. Hey, if Dak going to want to win, Dak got to understand, man. You just need them guys that are him. You just need them guys that'll get it done if you want to win. Right? Not saying that we ain't got none now, but there's a reason why we still need that third wide receiver. And we know that when it gets in time and crunch time, we've seen the Bengals, right? They got Higgins, they got Chase, they got Boyd. But they said, we got them and we still need another one. So they went to go get Hayden Hurst. So the Bengals knew, right? So you need weapons. The Bills, right? The Chiefs, that's why the Chiefs went to go get Tony. Yeah, I got Kelsey, but I still need somebody else. So no matter how good you run the football, you still got to make plays on the perimeter. There's still going to be that time where you got to make plays on the perimeter. And if you ain't got them guys, if you ain't got them extras that'll step up when the time is necessary, you're going to find yourself coming up short like the Tennessee Titans, like the Colts did and not even make the playoffs, right? See, I want y'all to think about this real quick. All the top running teams in the NFL the past couple years, did they win the Super Bowl? No. Who won the Super Bowl? The team that was able to go ahead and put that ball in the air, right? See, we can get the playoffs and we can do some good damage in the playoffs, though, right? But if we want to do something that we haven't done in damn near 30 years, if we want to do that, then you got to be able to put that ball in the air. And I believe Jerry and them understands that. And I believe Jerry knows that. That's why we're trying to get Odell Beckham. Right? The Rams won it because they relied on Cooper Kupp. Odell was in there. See, they made the acquisition to go bring Odell and Von Miller in there. And that's what propelled them to the Super Bowl. That's what propelled them to the Super Bowl. Right? The teams that was in the Super Bowl, yeah, they was running the ball with Joe Mixon. But Joe Burrow was throwing the rock. Right? He was throwing the rock. Aaron Donald, pass rush. Chased them down to end the game, to win something that they've been chasing for years. So we got to throw that ball. As much as we love them pounding the ball, the Niners, they ran the ball, but they came up short, right? You got to have that quarterback. You got to have that quarterback. That's why the Rams went to go get Stafford. You got to have that quarterback. And you got to have them weapons to throw it to. So Odell, if you want to win a championship, you're going to need that third wide receiver. I don't care if you got Tony Pollard, Zeke, Schultz, Gallup, or CD. You're going to need one of them extras that's going to make a play. I promise y'all that. Yeah. Yeah, you right, Lo. You right, Lo. You right. You right. And one thing for sure, right? Speaking of slow starts, right? So let's say, for instance, you got a slow start in the playoffs. Let's say, for instance, if we got behind, let's say 17-0. And we still run the ball. But the formula that we have been winning with in the season, you can't run that. You can't run it like that. You can't play it like that. Right? So now, what do championship teams do? They're able to win in multiple ways. So this is where Odell, CD, Gallup get you back in the game, right? So all of a sudden, as the game go along, it may be, y'all may have put 17 in the answer. Let's say, for instance, 24-17. You throw the ball, get it down. Now you use your running game. You punch it in, boom. Let's say, for instance, you go to overtime. You get the ball first. Now we run that ball. We play Cowboy football. But to even get to this point, we had to have something different than what we had during the season to be able to get us back to playing the ball that we do, which has got us to win. See, being one-dimensional ain't going to get us nowhere, right? We look good now. Yes, we do. But in the playoffs, they play harder. They play faster. The pressure is on. You see, we know about that pressure. You know, we had a good record last year to get our ass whooped, to get punched in the mouth. We didn't like that feeling. And that still leaves a bad taste in our mouth. So that's why I don't care if Odell Beckham is 85% right now. That means he ain't going to be 85 during playoffs. Let's go ahead and get him in the playbook. Let's get that playbook in his hands. Let's get them practices in his hands. Tyron Smith is going to allow you to be able to go ahead and throw it. Tyler Smith is going to make that passing offense that much better. This team, yeah, we done dealt with some injuries that kind of hurt us a little bit, though, but we ain't the only team going through injuries. There's some teams that got it worse than us. But if you got the ability to make this team stronger and better, Jerry, don't let that man walk out the door with no contract, with no agreement. You bring that man in. We didn't go get Cooks. We didn't go get Judy, Elijah Moore. The other Jets receiver, what's his name? From Baylor. We didn't get him. But you have an opportunity to go get Odell Beckham. Go pull the trigger so we can go ahead, man, and do some damage and do what we haven't did in quite some time, which is make a deep run. But what is a deep run if we don't have that jewelry on that finger? They say, who you married to? That Lombardi trophy. That's what I want. That's what I want. And you ain't going to get it by being one-dimensional. So Jerry better not come up empty-handed, man. You did all this pitch. You're bringing Dak Prescott in for the pitch. CeeDee Lamb done said something. Zeke done said something. Everybody, Michael Parsons done said something. We all reached out to show how much we desire. Jerry done said, we all just showed how much we desire to have Odell Beckham services. Jerry, do your part and seal the deal. If it was that simple, Odell would have been signed. Odell just want to feel loved. He just want to feel wanted. He just want to feel secure. So go ahead, Jerry. Tell Steven to go ahead. We're going to sit this one out, Steven. Go ahead, sit this one out. We don't want to hear what the hell you got to say. Sit this one out. Jerry, you do all the talking. Dak, you tell him what's cracking. You tell him, Dak, yeah, we'll run first team, but we're going to have to throw the ball, and we're going to know that you're going to be essential to make plays when plays is necessary. That vet wide receiver that's been in big-time games, that know. You talk to him, Dak. I'm pretty sure CeeDee Lamb and Gallup is willing to sacrifice. They want to win. CeeDee Lamb come from winning. So he's been on the other teams with other good wide receivers. So he know. He's been on the team with Amari Cooper. He knows. He know he the guy. But that ring, the ability to championship rings don't come that often. Ask Aaron Rodgers. Ask Drew Brees. Ask Peyton Manning. They don't come that often. Stafford only got one, and he took a beating. Some good quarterbacks never get one. And this team, especially in this 3 to 4 year window, has a good chance to go get them at least one. So don't go ahead and blow this decision. Don't blow this opportunity by thinking you're good enough. because there's always some more of it. There's always some more of it. You need another wide receiver, especially with the state of your run defense. You need another wide receiver. Time to go pull that trigger, y'all. Oh, yeah. Somebody that's going to win across that middle. Somebody who's going to snag their ball out. Somebody that's going to also give you run after the catch. You know, all your receivers bring something different. And that's not going to be any different than Odell. So it's time to do this thing. I'm going to be waiting. I'm going to be waiting to see. They say Monday. Tomorrow's Monday. Odell see the game. Odell watching. Odell looking. Odell know. Odell know the Giants ain't going to do nothing. Odell looking at Buffalo. He looking at what he got to. He looking at that he know he got to go against Mahomes and Burrow. He know that. He know that. He knows that. He knows that. And you think Joe the show? You think Joe the show? You see, they always want to count out Joe the show. They did that last year. They getting healthy. Joe Burrow is still a threat. Now the Buffalo Bills, they got them a running back and starting to run the ball, but you still got to go against Burrow. That's your threat. But yeah, man. The Dallas Cowboys, to be honest with you, the only threat in the NFC is the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, you lose before the NFC champ, before the Super Bowl, is because you beat yourself. Or something drastic happened. Other than that, ain't nobody in the anybody in the NFC that can bang with these Cowboys. Nobody. So show that week after week. And show that in the playoffs so we can do damage. But yeah, man. They taking them to the Suns versus Mavericks game as well as a 2-day meetup. Okay. Interesting. Well, you know, they go ahead and use Luka as an example. Tell them they do it big in Dallas, man. Tell them you got Luka, you got Micah, and we can have Odell. Yeah, man. But anywho, man, I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Please hit that like button on the way out, man. Y'all have a good one, man. And we'll be back tomorrow, man, after the film session so we can talk about this some more, man. But all right, y'all have a good night. Y'all enjoy this win, man. And go ahead and talk your mess to these Colts fans. All right, y'all.